Hey everyone, Veronica here, and I'm back in the Daily Kitchen today. I'm going to be trying out a new recipe with my Instant Pot Pro. I have a recent video where I shared about why I chose the Instant Pot Pro for healthy meal prep, so I'll put a link in the description below for that one. But this one, I'm really excited because I really love making vegan queso sauce, and usually it takes me about 30 minutes on the stove, but today we're going to try and make it in the Instant Pot in just about 7 minutes. So let's get started. All right, here's the ingredients that we're going to use. We're going to be using about 2 cups of potatoes, about 1/2 cup of carrots, 1 small red bell pepper, 1/2 an onion, about 1/4 cup of lemon juice, a 1/2 teaspoon salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 cup of cashews, and about 3/4 cup of nutritional yeast. I buy this nutritional yeast in bulk on Amazon, and I'll share a link in the description below. This is really good. It's organic, non-fortified, and I use it in a lot of recipes. This recipe is also oil-free, and you can also do it salt-free if you prefer. So let's just put everything into the Instant Pot. We'll add a little bit of water, and we'll cook it for about 7 minutes on high pressure with the steam vent closed. Okay, so I went ahead and I chopped up all the vegetables. I just did a really rough chop after I washed them. And to just explain what I'm doing here is I did 2 parts potato to 1 part vegetable like carrot or bell pepper. You can use all bell pepper or all carrot, but I really like the combination of the 2 flavors because the bell pepper is kind of sweet and the carrot is a little savory, and together they kind of give this a nice balanced flavor. And then a little bit of onion to give it some of that onion flavor. Okay, and then we're going to add 3/4 cup of nutritional yeast. This will give it kind of a nice cheesy flavor. We're going to add 1/2 cup of raw cashews. This is going to give this some fat into the dish. You can also use 1/4 cup of olive oil if you prefer, but for people who like to do oil-free dishes, this is a better option, and nuts are part of the daily dozen. Then we're just going to add 1/4 cup of lemon juice. This is to give this dish that nice tangy kind of acidic flavor and to help balance out the fat and bring out the flavors in the nutritional yeast and the vegetables. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can also use fresh garlic, but this is just so easy. And then we'll just do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is optional, but this does just kind of help balance out all the other flavors as well. And then if you want to make this like a spicy chili queso, you can add about 1 teaspoon or more of chili powder. You can also add jalapenos to make it a jalapeno flavor. But I'm just keeping this nice and neutral so that I can use this with pasta like mac and cheese, and then I can always add in those other flavorings. Okay, now I'm using the 8-quart Instant Pot, and the directions for this size Instant Pot say always to use at least 2 cups of liquid. So if you're using a smaller Instant Pot, you could probably use less liquid, but we're going to cook this with 2 cups of water, and then if it's too liquidy at the end, we can always just simmer it on saute mode to evaporate some of the extra liquid. Now we're going to set this on high pressure for 7 minutes with the lid on and the vent closed, and we're going to let that cook. Then we're going to let it do a natural release for about 10 minutes. Then we'll open the vent, and then we're going to blend this. I have an immersion blender, so I can actually just put that stick immersion in here and blend it directly in the pot. But if you don't have that, just let it cool down enough and then transfer it to a blender and blend this sauce until it's nice and creamy. Okay, let's put the lid on. I'm super excited to try this because normally this takes me a lot longer on the stove. Okay, we're gonna do pressure cook on high heat for 7 minutes. And then I have my vent closed. All right, and hit start. Okay, so it was about 7 minutes of cooking time. It took me about 10 minutes to get everything up to heat so that it could start cooking. You could always add boiling water if you want to accelerate that cooking process. I know I did say earlier that we were going to do a 10-minute natural release, but actually I think we're going to try and just do a quick release so that we can get this recipe going a lot quicker. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so our little pin did drop, so that means all the pressure is released, so it's safe to open the Instant Pot. I'm going to open the Instant Pot, and then I'm going to use my KitchenAid Immersion Hand Blender. This is a great kitchen tool. If you can invest in one of these, it actually can sort of replace a blender, but I don't have to transfer all this hot food over to a blender and then risk having that go off in my face, which I will share a link in the description below for how to safely blend hot liquids in a blender. But this is my preferred method because I don't want to have to do all that transporting back and forth. So I'm just going to set this immersion blender to high, and then we're going to blend up this vegan queso sauce or cheesy sauce for just about 1 to 2 minutes until it's totally pureed. Okay, that looks really good. Let's go ahead and see how tender everything is. Okay, our potatoes are nice and tender. That means they're good and ready to puree. So when you're pureeing using a hand blender, you always want to have it down towards the bottom, all the way pressed in, so that you don't have these blades shooting up the hot liquid into your face, because it will come out of the hole right there. So just going to keep it down and low, and then I'm going to pick it up and push it down, and that's going to keep blending each of the chunks. All right, let's do it. Okay, so our sauce is really nice and pureed. Let's go ahead and taste it, and it looks really delicious. We can always adjust the seasonings as well at this point. I could blend in more seasonings, more flavor. I can blend in about a teaspoon or 2 of chili powder or some jalapenos. But this is a really great base cheesy sauce recipe, which is packed with vegetables and nuts and all kinds of good nutrition. Oh, it's good. Yeah, and if you want to add more salt, you can always add more salt or less salt. You can always add a little bit more lemon juice if you want it a little more tangy. But this is just a really great base. And in fact, this would be a good soup too. You can add broccoli in here, any other vegetables. Yeah. All right, thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. I hope you like this video and subscribe for more healthy meal preps, especially in the Instant Pot. I'll see you next time. Bye.